So the method by default is get for a form if you don't specify it, but we want to specify and say we want it to be a form, because usually when you're posting data you want to use form because you don't want the users to always be seeing your values. So in this case we'll specify post, and target we'll specify, we'll just leave it blank, say just target the same form. So now if we post data, let's go back to the page, let's remove this. We're on the page freshly. If we submit this, now you will see nothing gets added to the URL. That means it's being posted. So now let's go back to our text editor, and then now just to see that the values are being posted, we'll do a print r at the top here of the post variable. So we'll do print underscore r dollar underscore post. Okay, so we'll write some stuff here, write stuff. Say, actually let's write proper stuff. Lamin Sane, which is my name, and lamin@sane.com. Password, we'll just say my password. Let's change this. Okay, so submitted. As you can see, the print r is actually outputting everything that we sent to the next page. All right, so we verified that the values of our form are being posted to the next page. All right, so now let's go ahead and actually start doing validation. So basically what we want to validate is we want to validate that each of the fields in the form are not empty, right? And then secondly, we want to validate to make sure that the fields are at least 6 characters long. Let me see if I spell character right. No, CHARACTER. Yeah, at least 6 characters long. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to validate not empty and 6 characters long. So the first thing that we have to do is create a variable of a type array, which will be storing our errors. Basically, if any errors occurs, that is if any of the fields here does not pass these 2 validations. So we're going to say errors equals to array, an empty array, right? And if let's say we started validation here, this is where we're going to be doing our validation, and after validation we're going to say check error, and if our array here has no errors in them, that is if count of this errors array is equal to 0, we want to do something here. Probably say redirect to success page, which we haven't created yet, but we'll do in a moment. All right, so let's go ahead and actually create that success page. So we'll say new file, and we'll call it success.php. Okay, so success.php will have just a simple h2 saying success. Basically, that's it. Success, well done. Probably if this was like an advanced tutorial, which probably we'll be doing in the next series, we'll have maybe some handling here, probably do something more fancy like save to a database or something like that. But in this tutorial we just keep it simple. We'll just make sure that we just display something telling the user that all validation have passed. All right, so let's go back to our index.php. So now that we checked whether the errors array is empty, that is no errors have been added to it, let's go ahead and actually redirect to that page, that is the success page that we've created. So the way we do that is we create a header functionality, call an error function, and then pass it a string, which has to be in this format. You have to first type location, exactly as I'm doing, and then put a colon there, and then actually type the page that you want to redirect to. So in this case, success.php. Okay, so next we just say exit so that the rest of the script does not run. Alright, so let's actually go ahead and test this out now. Alright, so back in our browser, we'll freshly load this. We'll run this. So it seems like we have an error. Okay, so what's the error? Alright, basically it is because I didn't spell array properly. So yeah. Okay, so now let's go back to our browser, refresh. Alright, it says success, well done. Let me just do that one more time for you guys so that you will see what's happening. Okay, so we'll go ahead here, run the program. It says success. Okay, so it seems like the first time we come to the page, now it is taking us to the success page. That is not what we want. So at the top of our page